for pre-need, funerals, burials, and cremations is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Mr. James Tinsley died Sunday at Brookwood Medical Center in Birmingham. Curtis & Son Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. Mr. Louis H. Obar, age 86 of Sylacauga, died Monday at his residence. Curtis & Son Funeral Home announcing. Mr. John Raymond Parrish, Jr., age 52 of Fayetteville, died February the 18th at his residence. A memorial service will be held this afternoon at 5 p.m. from Curtis & Son North, with visitation 1 hour prior to the service, also at the funeral home. Online memorials at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Joella Kirkland, age 76 of Sylacauga, died February the 19th. She was a lifetime member of the Marble City Baptist Church. Funeral service today for Ms. Kirkland at Curtis & Son North at 1 p.m. Visitation 2 hours prior to the service. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Carolyn Bryant, age 72 of Sylacauga, died February the 19th. Graveside service for Carolyn will be at Rocky Mount Baptist Church Cemetery on Thursday at 11 a.m. with the Reverend Tommy Thornton officiating. Visitation Wednesday night at Curtis & Son North from 5 until 8 o'clock. Mrs. Bryant was a lifelong member of the Rocky Mount Baptist Church. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Mrs. Cheryl Page Abbott, age 52 of Sylacauga, died at her residence on February the 19th. Funeral service for Mrs. Abbott will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. from Bethel Full Gospel Church. Burial in the Tallahatchie Cemetery. Visitation tonight, 5 till 8 at Curtis & Son North Chapel. The Reverend Ron Day, the Reverend Ginger Thayer, and the Reverend Donnie Kitchens will officiate the service. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Lawrence Allett, age 61, died Friday, February the 17th at UAB Highlands in Birmingham. Radley Smith Funeral Home announcing. Carolyn Staten, age 82, died Monday at her residence in Childersburg. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Radley Smith Funeral Home. Funeral service for Mr. George Buddy Bubba Waldrop, Jr., age 45 of Alexander City, will be Friday, February the 24th at 6 p.m. from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Jason Waldrop officiating. The family receiving friends Friday, 4:30 until 5:30 at the funeral home. Mr. Waldrop died Sunday, February 19th at Russell Medical Center. Bubba served as a manager for the 2013 Ben Russell State Football Championship team. He was a member of the Sunny Level Baptist Church. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Coralie Osborne, age 78, died February the 18th. Funeral service will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. at Curtis & Son North, with burial in the Weguffka Methodist Cemetery. Visitation 2 hours prior to the service. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Harriet Estelle Gray, age 92, is today at 3 p.m. from Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home Chapel. Brother David Curley and Sister Dot Curley officiating. Ms. Gray died February 19th at her residence. She was a member of Feed My Sheep. The family will receive friends today, 2 until 3 in the chapel. Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home, directing. Mr. Edward G. Cook, age 52, died February the 18th in Birmingham. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, announcing. Calvin Coolidge McRae, age 92, died February the 19th. Funeral service 2 o'clock on Wednesday at Ursery Funeral Home Chapel, with burial and naval honors at Pine Hill Memorial Park. Brother Terry Barksdale will officiate the service. The family receiving friends tonight, 6 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. McRae was very active in the Alabama community, many organizations, including the Alabama Association of School Boards, along with the Talladega Chamber of Commerce and the Rotary Club, among some. He was also a member of the Disabled American Veterans. Online condolences at earthstreetfuneralhome.com. Mr. McRae was a member of the First Baptist Church in Talladega. He served in the U.S. Navy aboard the USS Bailey from 1942 to 1945 as a first-class torpedo man and was also chief electronic technician for the U.S. Navy. Earth Street Funeral Home in Talladega, directing. And Linda Embry, age 67, died Saturday, February the 18th. Sims Funeral Service in Talladega, in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need, funerals, burials, and cremations. It's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.